Eurasian human origin from India over the last 100,000 years as revealed from the genetics, fossils and languages. In 1987 and 1988, two different teams of DNA specialists, they published their reports which found that the oldest human mitochondrial DNA lineages L0, L1, L2 and L3. These are found only in a few tribes of Africa and nowhere outside. Later it was further shown that the oldest male lineage, Y chromosomal lineage A and B, they too were found in the same tribes of Africa today. This became the basis for the claim that Africa was the home of the first human and that the modern human subspecies, Homo sapiens, sapiens, double sapiens, spread out from Africa. However, the main question was not answered. If the man came out of Africa, why did the African mitochondrial DNA lineages L0, L1, L2 and L3 and the male lineages A and B, the most ancient ones, are not found in any place outside Africa? Because that should have come out. Without answering the basic questions, the route map out of Africa was proposed, which bypassed India. This is because of the prevailing mentality that India was home of none. However, soon many disturbing facts, disturbing to them, came up. Matspalu studied more than 50,000 genomes, DNAs, and he found that all the DNAs of Europe, Asia, and actually Americas, American Indians, they had their origins in India. Because M and N are the basic lineages of these areas, and their oldest portions are still found in India. And then N is split into N, R, and U. And what happens in genetics? If one lineage splits into two or three, all of them continue to live together. So they are found in the same locality. So many people have worked on this, and more than 1,000 journal articles are published in international journals of science. And the first migration out of India, that went to Australia through Southeast Asia. And you might be knowing that there was a Sunda shelf, Sunda land. Indonesia was one landmass. It was not a group of islands before 7,000–8,000 years back. And after the last glacial age, when the water melted, it started melting from the glaciers, the sea level came up. So about 16,000 years back, the sea level started rising and the Indonesian area became islands and became separate. Matspalu presented a detailed computer-generated map of the DNAs, and he found that Indian DNAs are the oldest and they are at their home. And later on, the European DNAs and on the other side Chinese ones, they have originated and emerged gradually over time as clines. And as the man went further away and away from India, they developed more and more changes in their genetic features, and finally they became very different from the original population. Haplogroup M migrated to all these areas you are seeing in this map, and N has got a wider distribution R, which is a branch of N, is principally in Southeast Asia, China. U is predominantly, it is also a branch of N, is in Europe, West Asia, also in India. Kiwi seal, after this map, you see, when the U was published, then racist people started seeing, see, this is the evidence of Aryan invasion from Europe to India. But Kivishield was able to demonstrate by further what you call studying the resolution, high resolution DNA study, that actually it had originated in India, and from India it had migrated about 50,000 years back. Its branch is U5A, and that is basically the branch which originated in Europe. Now, but M and N, who was the ancestor of M and N?